at rounding decimals. That's our learning objective, to round decimals. Before we do, I'm just going to get you to think back to rounding numbers, which we did last term, and see if we can remember the rules. So if I have, for instance, 50 here, and 60 here, what's that halfway point going to be? We're not looking at decimals at the moment, we're just reminding ourselves of rounding numbers. And we're looking at the halfway point. Because the halfway point when we're rounding is really important.
55.
55. Good. So, any numbers that are this side, so count with me, 51, 52, 53, 54. If I said to you round them to the nearest 10, would you take them down to 50? Or would you take them up to 60? Which one are they nearest to?
It will be nearest to 50.
They would be nearest to 50. From 55 onwards, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. If I said round to the nearest 10, are they nearer to 60 or are they nearer to 50?
60.
Good. They're nearer to 60. So they would round up. Who can remember the rule now that we have for rounding? We did a little action with it. Who can remember?
5 to 9, climb the vine, 0 to 4, slide to the floor.
Good, well done. I'm glad you remembered that one. Excellent, well done. Anybody remember another one? No, but you all remember that one. Do you remember 5 or more? Goes up. Less than 5. Down. Yeah. Either way, it doesn't matter. Well done. So, you know how to round. It's going to be just the same with decimals. So, if I had one whole one there and 2 whole ones there, what would the bit in the middle be? What would the halfway point between those 2 numbers be?
It would be 1.5.
It would be 1.5. Well done. That's the halfway point. So, count with me. 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Any of those numbers, if I was to round them to the nearest whole number, where would they go? To 1, yes. So even if it was right up here at 1.4, it's still nearer to 1 than it is to 2. Right, count again with me from 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, 2. So any of those numbers would move up. Does everybody understand that? So we've got, on the board, we've got 0, we've got 1. You've already got your halfway point. They've done that for you. They've done the hard work for you. And we're looking at 0.8. Is that going to be nearer to 1? Or is it going to be nearer to 0? 1. Good. Well done. On this one, we've got 50.9. Rounded to the nearest whole number is. Now, they've not actually given you the numbers on there, but what would the 2 whole numbers be on either end?
3 or 4?
No, if you look at, we're rounding 50.9, we're rounding it to the nearest whole number.
50 and 60?
Not 50 and 60, but you're all right with the 50.
55.
Make it a much smaller jump than that. In whole numbers, what comes after 50? 51. Good, yes. Okay, what would the halfway point be?
50.5.
50.5. Good, well done. Cooking on gas now. Okay, now it's asking you to round 50.9 50.9. Where would 50.9 be on there? Just point to it on my chart. Yeah, right over here. We've got 50.5, 50.6, 50.7, 50.8, 50.9, 51. So it'll be right over here. Does everybody understand that? Good, okay. So, that's the basics of rounding. If you remember the rules,